Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Clouds. I'm your temporary host, Shelby Spoina, and our guest today is Danny Hunt, technology advisor and lead for our retail practice. Danny, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Shelby. I've heard a lot of great things about this series.
So let's start off with, aside from having a pretty impressive magazine collection, let's share a little bit more about Danny Hunt.
Yeah, so I grew up, I still am your stereotypical nerd, science, technology, video games, the kind of guy that has popular science magazines dating back 150 years. Out of school, 10 years as a Nobel and a Microsoft systems engineer, a couple years with Wachovia and Winston-Salem, and then came down to Charlotte with Bank of America. From there, next 15 years with the evolution of hosted solutions. So I got to know and meet a lot of the folks that are here today that I look up to. The last 3 years here at Opex, and I will say that having a career split across being both a practitioner and a provider, it's given me some helpful perspective in my role now as a consultant and advisor. And that's me.
Awesome. All right. So let's talk more about that role as an advisor. Last week, you published a blog on the impact of modern technology in retail. Why have we kind of built this practice specifically around retail as it relates to technology and in technology?
Yeah, we have a long history in retail. In our 20 plus years, there's been this natural gravitation towards retail, healthcare, financial services, and even private equity. I think there's some commonalities across all of these. These are industries that are highly regulated, generally distributed footprints. There's a higher focus on an importance on availability, and these companies are technology driven. But I think in retail specifically, the pace of change, the impact of technology, it's pretty wild. But I think you could also look at it as fairly volatile. And when you're an enterprise retail organization, it's impossible to operate a business in what is a wildly competitive landscape and also be an expert on the technologies and the providers and knowing what providers are capable of executing. And I think that's why the advisor model is just so powerful here. You've got somebody that sits on your side of the table that's solely focused on this technology landscape and is there to serve as your guide. I'll give a quick example. We're engaged in a couple of opportunities right now with our retail customers, and we're working on IVA integrations into their contact centers. The technology, it's wild. It's impressive. It's fun to see it in action. But the math on the ROI, it's easy numbers. These numbers are powerful. I think what's equally as powerful is the impact to the customer experience, the impact to the agent experience. Again, on paper, it's a no-brainer decision. But today, I think you could probably still call it a leading edge technology. In 2 years, these are table stakes. And the companies that aren't embracing these technologies today, they're going to fall by the way of the Party Cities, the Forever 21s. And I think I saw something yesterday about Kohl's. So, this is why we're here. That's why we're focused on retail.
Awesome. So in today's world, a hot topic, AI. Let's talk a little bit about how you're working with some of your customers as it relates to AI, and what are some of the trends that you're seeing?
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic. I think one of the reasons that we've also built a practice around AI, I'll focus on some of the more established technologies and trends in retail because there's a lot of stuff out there that's still very much developing. But, I think things like leveraging NLP to interpret customer search, improve product discoverability, things that folks are doing with predictive analytics, machine learning algorithms to really kind of beef up and enhance supply chain resilience, agility. And then even the foundational technologies, I'm including SASE in that bucket. These companies are leveraging AI to improve the resilience, staying ahead of things like these cyber threats, improving network performance. And again, back to IVA within the contact center, both for getting ROI and seeing improvements with the customer experience, as well as internal employees. These are the technologies that today are still sort of leading edge, but again, 2 years, they're going to be table stakes.
Awesome. All right, Danny. Well, thanks for spending some time with me today and sharing some knowledge.
Yeah, you got it, Shelby. I think you do a much better job than that other guy that runs this show. Appreciate the chance to come out. It's a good chat with you.
Awesome. Thanks.